Hello and welcome to the space between ideas. I'm Blaine. Good, we got the audio working. That's great. Now, there's a little bit of a strange title to this video because what happened is, as you may or may not know, I have been complaining a little bit about the heat that I'm feeling from my computer. And of course, here in Georgia, it's like 33 degrees outside, and which means it's 33 degrees inside or sometimes more. I have a fan on right here. Um, but even with the fan on, like it's not that bad. It's like I never had a problem. I have a MacBook. It's a 2020 MacBook with the M1 chip, silicon as they call it, I guess. And well, I just noticed that like when I make these videos, it was like overheating my computer. It was like so much where my hand, see right now my hand is underneath the computer. My hand would start to hurt because it was getting so hot. And I don't think it's a good idea for the computer to get that hot. Although I think there are systems that automatically shut down your computer if it gets too hot. So I think we're still well within the limits. But the problem is that so last week, after I finished working out with Windsurf like for quite a few hours during the day, then and I could see the computer was starting to get hot, and suddenly, I just stopped working. I didn't shut the computer off, but I just usually I don't turn my computer off. And right now I got this problem with FlexGate. So FlexGate, it's like you can't move your monitor. You can't like tilt the monitor down. You can't close your computer. You have to use it like a desktop because the wires like when you close your laptop, the wires that are connected at the bottom of the monitor, so eventually they begin to fray. Like because when you open it and close it and open it and close it, then suddenly these wires they start to get, I don't know, maybe the plastic, there's a problem with the plastic or something. So when I close, if I try to open my screen all the way, like right now it's at 90 degrees, but if I push my screen back a little bit more, then my whole screen goes white. They call it FlexGate. So I keep my computer open, and then what happens is I got Windsurf on, and I just turn off the monitor. Like I turn down the brightness, and then I just sit my computer. So I came back to the computer a couple hours later. It was still hot, and then I was like, "Oh, this is strange. This is the first time it's happened." And then overnight, I was just sitting the computer there. The next morning, I came back, and the computer was still hot. Like overnight. So I was like, okay, what's happening? I was starting to freak out because I had my battery changed recently. And so I thought, well, maybe there's a problem with the battery. I just don't know what the problem is. So, of course, like every normal person in the modern era, I jumped onto ChatGPT or Google Gemini and I said, hey, what's going on? And it said, well, why don't you open up your activity monitor? So I found the activity monitor. And then it's like I took a screenshot and it's like, there you go. That's the problem right there. So what it was is, uh, well, let me show you. So let's start today. Let's jump right back into our current project. And then I'll show you what happens in the project that will cause your computer to overheat. The first thing that we want to do is we would just want to check how many tokens we have left. I think this is interesting. Uh, for some reason, okay, wow. So let me just share my whole screen. All right. Yes, good. It's working. And the audio? Can you good. The audio is also working. Okay, so here we are. Here's my windsurf. Now this is the fun thing. So look, we got 3 days left on the plan. So which is fantastic. We got 89 tokens left. So we got 3 days to use up our tokens. And I would say in general, this month, I think that we had a pretty good pace. Now that I've kind of gone a whole month and probably we're going to use all the tokens, I feel like, yeah, this is actually not bad. This is the right amount of tokens for me. But I still have things to do during the day. Like I still have, like if we jump back into my Project Arrowhead, you can see that we made some changes and we added, let's just make sure we can see the full Benjamin Franklin quote. So now I got 3 seconds. I got a product, I got point of sale, I got the department. I don't know. There's something here that I need to think about. So right now, it means that I got some extra time to work with the marketing department. Currently on the to-do list, these are just placeholders. They're not actually the to-do list. The to-do list goes back to the O'Leary, the KOL matrix, meaning what are you going to do today? And where are we with this? Sometimes it's hard for me to actually focus on these to-do items. Integrate the free app with the homepage. This is actually what we're doing right now. So let's just put it at the top. And I don't need the numbers. Integrate the free app with the homepage. Arrowhead, create objectives for each department. That's a good point. The growth engine model in marketing. So I did that. The product dev, Windsurf. Okay. That's the number one. All right. So let's just leave it down at. Okay. So remember, I brought it down to 2, the 1 or 2 things you need to do today. Which means, what are my priorities? My priorities right now are integrating the free app with the homepage. And then number 2 is the Arrowhead, create the objectives for each department. Use Project Arrowhead. Now I got another problem. I don't think Project Arrowhead's going to work anymore. If we click the marketing department, we can open up start the meeting. There it is. You see, not found. And why is it not found? It's because if you don't pay, look at this. Service is suspended. Your account has been suspended due to a failed payment. To restore your services, please update your payment method or pay the outstanding balance directly. What this means, agent access, cloud services, and deployments are halted. Active deployments are offline and inaccessible. You see this thing, active deployments. Active deployments are offline and inaccessible. So this is an active deployment. And I was using Replit in order to be able to see it. But it's fine because we don't need to use this anymore. At the same time, what we've been doing is we've been trying to what was removed. Let's look at what we've been doing. So, okay, so let's see. Excellent task TP12 now complete. I've successfully deleted the broken task list TSX. The file was unsalvageable with malformed JSX, duplicate exportive structural errors, created a minimal placeholder component clean. I mean, I don't know how to show this to you. Basically, what happened is I asked Windsurf to recreate the Project Arrowhead. Here's the Arrowhead Solutions. Arrowhead Solutions, this is the actual code from Replit. And I asked Windsurf to recreate this app inside of our current app. So I gave it access to the files, and then I told it we need to recreate those files. Oh, wait. So this is actually the homepage. When I say Arrowhead Solutions, I'm talking about the homepage. So I asked it to bring the homepage into our current software environment. So that's what we're up to right now. Let's get on track. So you see, look, watch this. Boom, it's gone. It's dead. So Replit, until Replit, unless Replit starts using Sonnet, Claude Sonnet 4 or whatever it's called, I can't use Replit anymore. So I mean, I love the deployment aspects of Replit. It was really amazing, and I might go back to Replit because of those deployment aspects. But right now, we're in product development, and Replit, I don't think that it has Claude Sonnet 4, which means that it's not the best coding tool right now. And we had a lot of problems with Replit when we were trying to do our current thing. Let's see, encounter token limits. Let's see, what's the last word that we got in here? This is the perfect place to pause. This is the perfect place to pause. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the last. It's working on a sprint right now. This goes back to this fundamental issue of like, all right, Blaine. So you have no ability to produce software. You don't understand software. You don't know what a single line of code means. So, like, what are you going to do when the software starts hallucinating? What are you going to do when you can't solve the problem? The thing is, like, it's the same answer that I have for all people using AI. So the prevalence of AI, this is a reality now, and everyone's using it in all different aspects of their life. I use it all day long. Before we used to use Google. You'd Google it, you'd read this, you'd read that, you'd compare what you're reading. You're trying to look for the best source. And Google, the way that they win is they want to provide you with the best source. If they can provide you with the best source and you feel satisfied, you find an answer to your problem, then you become a loyal user of Google. And that was the game. The game was who could produce the best answers based on a search query. Suddenly we got these AI tools and they can just give you the answer. It's like, but it's the same game actually. It's like identical. But then AI also has all these other uses. It can produce things, it can create videos, it can create voices, it can answer questions, it can help you with your homework, it can it can tell you why your computer is overheating. There's so many different things that it can now do. Until what? Until you start getting used to it because the friction with using Google to and then reading things and then trying to solve the problem, it limits the number of people who are capable of solving problems because solving a problem is reliant on your ability to search for something, read all of the content which is applicable, and then make decisions, then create a plan and then implement the plan. And like it's so then that's why a lot of the people just turn to YouTube because they stopped reading these blogs and they looked for the specific video that shows them, okay, just show me like step by step. Can you show me how to do it? 'Cause I don't want to have to compare all those crazy websites. Did it rebuild it? What does it mean? It means that once you set up a goal, then you just have to course correct. Right now, AI, it's all about course correction. You work on a project, you say, okay, this is what I want, let's do it, and then you just start doing it, and then it's like, oh, okay, and then what, and then what, and then you just got to like course correct. Now once this is done, well, I have a question. So okay, your task is to add the necessary React hook state management event handlers to make the task list page tsx completely fully functional and pass our parity test. Okay, yeah, this is really weird. So your job with AI, what is your job? Your job is to manage it. What does it mean to manage it? Now, remember, like a couple of weeks ago when we were creating end-to-end testing. So what I wanted was I wanted the software to write a program where it would pretend it was the user, and then it would be on the first page. It would click the navigation button, and then it would enter some text, and then it would click the navigation button and enter the text. So like it would go through each, it would check each of the buttons, and it would use all the different functions and features, and it had some automatic process for how things were being clicked and how things were being done. Now, the benefit of that, those end-to-end tests, is in my current test. Like in my current, what I'm doing right now, I think I closed Replit. Maybe I shouldn't have closed Replit. Yeah, you see deploy, the deploy button disappeared. Okay, this one called Arrowhead Solutions. So I had a chat with a lady from Pakistan, and she was like, "Hey, you need to have a homepage. You need to fix your homepage. You need to make a homepage." So we made a homepage, and it's a good homepage. I like it. Here it is. So here's the homepage. Here we are. We are here. Stop running in circles. Start achieving your objectives. Project Arrowhead is a thinking tool that helps managers and teams align on strategy, create clear plans, and execute with confidence. So you can go to the free tool, or you can look at pricing. Also up here, you can go to the free tool. You can go to pricing. Also, there's a blog, or this is the lead magnet. Now, how is this connecting to everything else? So let's take a look in our marketing department. If we take a look at our business growth engine, and you'll see how it works. Just check to see if our computer's still producing stuff. Looks like it's still working. All right. So what happens is this is the home page, and where it's actually quite a ways down. So the growth marketing engine for this business, from the perspective of communications, is that the first thing I need to do is write a blog article. So define the audience, and then write the blog article and upload it to the blog and upload it to LinkedIn. So here's the blog. Now I didn't write these, but and also I don't know where the back end is. Where how am I going to add a blog article? So that's kind of odd. I don't know how that works. All right, so I write the blog article. Next, I make the YouTube video. So I'm not sure where that's going to be, whether it's going to be on this channel, or if I have to create like a specific channel just for Project Arrowhead. And then from there, we create the short videos, and then which are going to be uploaded to Instagram. And that's it. So that we got three kinds of content. We got our blog content, we got our YouTube videos, we got our short videos. As you can see, all of these arrows are pointed at the lead magnet. What's the lead magnet? So the lead magnet is here. So get our free course from idea to execution, get instant access to our business course, free lifetime access to our business basics online course. Now I'm gonna have to like, it might be an ebook. So here it says it's gonna be an ebook. But what's the point? The point is that some people, they don't understand the concept of Project Arrowhead. They don't understand the methodology behind it. Like I could just scroll out and I can show it to you that the whole concept of Project Arrowhead is the headlight, steering wheel, engine framework. So I need to write this book to explain the headlight, steering wheel, engine framework, explain all these different patterns, go through this process, and then show how that framework. Well, this is the meat and the potatoes behind the application I'm designing. But this is the actual framework of the thinking. So I need to turn that into an ebook. Then, so what happens is that people, all of these, all this content drives people to the lead magnet. When they click on the get our ebook free, then I get their email address. That's the point. Is I need to collect email addresses. So once they're into the ebook and then they give me their email address, then they jump into the email campaign. So then I got to write like the email campaign is the same. It has the same purpose as the blogs. It has the same purpose as the YouTube videos. It has the same purpose as the short videos. Everything is directing traffic to the free version of the app, right? So that's this little thing here. Use the free tool, right? Now the blog is the weekly email. You can see here, there's a blog here, and then it goes into text, and then that goes into the weekly email. And then the weekly email, then it is, so the blog is directing traffic to using the free tool. The ebook is directing traffic to using the free tool. The pricing is a little bit different. So the pricing is like, okay, so now you've used the free tool. My main focus is how do I get people to a habit, you need to be in a habit of using our free tool. And then at some point they realize that, oh, okay, well, I have some additional needs. What are the additional needs? Well, the thing is that, like, well, I'll just show it to you. So let's jump into the apps. So I can still show you the objectives tracker app. I can still show you the app. We can still use it in preview mode, but we have to be in the Replit screen. All right, so we're going to start brainstorming. I'm curious if it's going to work. So we're going to just type some text in here, and then we're going to click the home page. We're going to go home. This might be an older version. I might not have fixed it. Yeah, it's still there. Good. So we can still use this. Now, if I'm curious, I click new tab. Okay, so we can still use it. It's just not deployed. Curious what will happen. Oh, where is it? Let's jump. Okay, so start the meeting. I want to change the link. Edit link. Copy link. Edit. How do I edit the link? Outbound. More actions. Okay, we'll just delete it. I don't need this. All right, so we're going to put /embed. Look at this. Embed the link. That's the wrong link. I'm curious, like, okay, so I'm guessing that embed. I'll have to keep that project open. I'll have to keep this screen open in Replit in order for this to keep running. I think this has to stay run in order for this to work. Now, did it copy it here? No, it didn't copy it here. Anyways, that's not what I'm trying to focus on right now. All right, so anyway, so this is the app. This is the free version of the app. And then the reason that I moved this free version of the app over to Windsurf, I don't know, there were a lot of reasons. But then mainly our main focus was to improve the task list. I don't know why there's still a task in here. And there's still this issue here. I don't know how to solve that problem. Anyway, so we got our free version of the app. Now, business growth engine. Is a home page. Yeah, is a home. So I got to open up two screens. So yeah, I admit that, like, building an app from scratch, like just giving it the idea and saying, "Hey, can you make me this app?" It's way better with Replit. 100%. I like it. It's like perfect. So with one prompt, I was able to create my product. And then also with one prompt, I was able to create my homepage with the pricing, the blog, the everything. So why did I move to Windsurf? Because I just had so many problems with the cascade, not cascade, the agent. So here we have the agent, and then here we have the assistant. If you use the agent, then it costs you 25 cents. If you cost the assistant, then it's like causing all these problems. Like it's like the model is not good enough. And so it was just pulling teeth to try to figure out how to work with agent and assistant. It means that they're not using Claude Sonnet 4. And since they're not using Claude Sonnet 4, then it means that we have issues. So I think that in the future, like, because the problem with Replit is not the way that Replit's structured or the way that like it produces things from one prompt, and like Replit has huge advantages with deployment, and they have a lot of different features that are like I think are better than the other tools. But unfortunately, that it's good for like one prompt. You can create it with one prompt, and then that's it. That's the end of how good that Replit is. Once you have your little app, you can't edit your app. Once you start editing it, then it gets messed up because their agent and their assistant are not good enough. All right, so what I had to do was I'm trying to combine these two code bases. So I downloaded these files, and then I put them into this file folder here. It's not in the tests, it's in the here it is. So I put the entire file inside of here. And then I just told Windsurf that here is the entire file. Here's the entire website. It's in here. And then I want you to use this website. And then he said, okay, but listen, he said the your Project Arrowhead, it's a different kind of app than your website. And I was like, what are you talking about? And it says, he said something about like you need to have a React app, and currently you don't have a React app. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then it was saying basically, well, we need to recreate all these pages inside of inside. It's I don't know. It was really confusing to me. What do I do here? It's like it's been doing this for 10 minutes. My computer's starting to get warm. I wouldn't exactly say it's hot. It's pretty warm. It's quite warm. Now, this is when things start to get hot. The test is failing because the React development server isn't running on port 5000. The test is trying to connect to here, but getting a timeout, which means that the server isn't available. Let me start the React development server first and then run the parity test. Not auto run. So I've seen the app. There are some problems. It's trying to bring the two websites together inside of Windsurf. So what I'm trying to do now is, you see, if we click the use the free tool button, it sends us to this page. And then I told Windsurf, I said, listen, look, it's this is I wanted to connect to this index page. So really, this index page needs to replace this page. And then from there, you can run all the other pages the way that they are already. That's it. It's like a really simple fix. But the issue was, it's like, I don't know, it's just like it started arguing with me, and I have no idea why it was arguing with me. Because it likes the React app infrastructure. All right, so this is an excellent and professional grade integration guide. It provides a complete top to bottom strategy for taking Project Arrowhead from a local application to a live production ready website. This document is a technical blueprint for the strategic option three launch. It create its creation brings us to the critical decision point regarding our immediate next steps and now have two distinct paths forward. So we got the enhance then launch, and then we got the launch then enhance. So enhanced and launch is the decision. This is what Cascade said. You are correct. I'm taking control. Cascade's technical analysis is excellent. It correctly identifies that your Arrowhead solution code base is far superior and should be the new foundation. All right, when it's saying the Arrowhead solution, it's talking about this one. It's saying that the code base for this homepage and the other things is far superior. So we've rolled back in time inside of Gemini to see the work that I was doing on the weekend. It correctly identifies that your arrowhead. Ow, my finger's starting to get hot. So now the bottom of the computer is starting to really get toasty. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump into activity monitor. Crisp, Chrome helper renderer. Crisp is actually causing it the main problem. Crisp is part of the problem. The Google Chrome helper is part of the problem. Percentage of the CPU, 206. So it's mostly the Google Chrome helper renderer. Yeah, it's definitely the Google Chrome helper renderer. And it's in this. It's happening. So what's happening is that that Windsurf, it now has some new way of doing its testing, and it's working, and it is trying to communicate with, or is this, or is it because I'm running my uh because I'm trying to create a live YouTube video. It's probably because I'm trying to create a live YouTube video. But anyways, you can see here, I think that this means that the load is still within normal ranges. Anyways, let's keep focusing on this for now. The Arrowhead solution code base is far superior and should be the new foundation. However, its proposed plan lacks the formal structure of our proposals, of our protocols. We will not abandon the discipline process that has brought us this far. This is a major architectural shift. We will manage it with the formal sprint. To migrate the features and logic of our vanilla JavaScript Project Arrowhead app into the user-provided superior React TypeScript Arrowhead solution architecture. You see the issue here? So this Replit decided to create Project Arrowhead using JavaScript, and then they decided to create this homepage using a React app. And so this is another issue. It's like, how do I manage the situation where I'm trying to bring two code bases together? Full architectural audit, feature gaps, phased feature implementation, deprecation, and cleanup. Our new directive is to execute M1 full architectural audit and documentation, analyze Arrowhead solution directory. Your deliverable is a new markdown document architecture audit, details the full tech stack, file structure, component hierarchy, routing, data layer, and React application. Report back. All right, so then I just pasted the response from Cascade. Acknowledge the migration. Okay, my computer's starting to cool down again. Nice. Does that mean something's happening over here? Okay, so it created the architectural audit markdown file. Codebase represents a sophisticated Production-ready React TypeScript full-stack web application with modern architecture patterns, comprehensive UI components, and database integration. This system is significantly more advanced than the vanilla JavaScript Project Arrowhead app. It should serve as a foundation for all future development. Like my vanilla app. Node.js with TypeScript. Express. Post with Drizzle. Neon database. Well, and then here's the file structure. Okay, that's the website. Those are all the pages. All right, so here's the missing feature. So it's missing the 17 the Project Arrowhead journey modules. It's missing the hamburger advanced navigation. It's missing the enhanced data management. I'm concerned about this database integration. All right, so this is just a basic plan. Conclusion. All right, so then what happens next? Excellent. The audit is thorough, confirms our strategic direction. I don't know, should I give it more time or is it stuck? All right, so then what's the next one? The future gap. So then they go into M2. Then I go crazy. Hello, hello. Okay, this is project manager. I'm just not really sure what's going on because my understanding is basically the first app with the 17-step journey. This is the free version of the app. So we have 3 versions of the app, blah, blah, blah. So I just go through this whole thing and try to explain what I'm feeling and thinking. These are exactly the right questions to be asking at this critical stage. It's a major architectural shift. So let me clarify the plan, confirm that both I and Cascade are completed alignment. First, my understanding of the new website is complete thanks to the thorough architectural audit Cascade performed. It is a modern professional full stack application built with React and TypeScript, professional homepage, pricing page, functional blog, lead magnet for page email sign up, basic version of the task management tool that will serve as a foundation for your app. No, that's not true. A complete rebuild. To answer your most important question, we're not just attaching the old app to the new website. We are completely rebuilding the free apps features inside the new superior website architecture. Analogy. Think of it like this. For the past few weeks, we've been perfecting a high-performance engine, a 17-step journey, logic, data persistence, and export functions. You have just provided us with a brand new high-tech car chassis with a modern dashboard, a great user interface, the solid frame, the React website. Instead of just strapping on our old engine onto the back of this new car, we're going to professionally install our engine into an engine bay, connecting to all the modern systems. This means the features and logic we built will be rewritten as a new React components to live seamlessly inside of your React Solutions website. Why this approach? This is the only path forward for three key reasons. Long-term quality. Your React website is built with much more modern, stable, and scalable technology. Rebuilding our features on this foundation is the only way to ensure that the final product is professional, maintainable, seamless user experience. This is the only way that we have truly seamless experience with the consistent navigation, styling, functionality between the main marketing site and the free tool. Future proofing. The modern architecture will allow us to easily add the pro and team features in the future, which would be impossible with our old simple code. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. That's not the point. Both I and Cascade are 100% agreement. So these two bots are trying to convince me that their idea is better. And the thing is, I can always roll back. So I mean, after we finish this whole process, then I can go back to this here, and I can just be like, okay, let's go back to 2 weeks ago. Right, so it convinces me to we're gonna okay, so what do you think about any of the other upgrades in the process? All right, so we're gonna just there were some other upgrades that we talked about, but now also I asked it about this. So here I still have this thing called process. First we plan, then we implement, then we have an AI linter test, then we have a regression test, then we have visual ground truth, then we have the unit test. So I asked it like, okay, are you still using this concept? Of course, those are the two most important questions right now. And then I also pasted something about because we have this new prompting guide. So I said, what about the new prompting guide? And also that says these are the two most important questions you can ask right now. Will our tests keep up? And what process will we use? Let me address them both. Are you going to change the testing suite to match the new code as we developed it? Yes, absolutely. This is the core of living test suite principle. We've discussed the test suites must evolve in lockstep with our application for operation migration. This means as we build the 17-step logic in the new React TypeScript architecture, we will simultaneously be writing new corresponding end-to-end testing in a modern framework that is well suited for React. The old Puppeteer tests that were written for the vanilla JavaScript version will be deprecated and removed along with the old code itself. That image you provided is an excellent summary of our evolved process. To answer your question, we will absolutely be using this new six-phase prompting strategy. Our process has matured beyond simple prompt and execute model. The structure workflow is exactly what complex projects like operation migration requires. Here's how it will apply. So I can take a new screenshot. Nice. All right. What's going on over here? Jeez. Now, let's just finish this little chat. Does that incorporate the new prompting rules? Okay, so then I went in and I repasted the prompting guide. So now it has both the Cascade prompting guide and the 6-phase process in its most recent memory. So we got the plan, we got the implement, we got the, okay, original ground truth. Okay, that didn't change. Are calibration docs updated with these processes? No, they're not updated. So then it gives a plan for updating the calibration documents. Okay, now the calibration documents are updated. Prompt Cascade to continue. And then now, so now it's going to start working with Cascade. And I don't know. Basically, what happened? There were a lot of different things that happened. Needless to say, there were some issues. Now, as we started having issues, it just, the code wasn't quite getting passed over. It wasn't, I mean, I guess it takes a while to transfer one code base from JavaScript to React. It's going to take more than one prompt. And there's going to be some issues along the way. And also there's some problems because in fact we got a problem because look over here, we got this hamburger menu. And then this is for the free app, but then it doesn't exist over here. So how do we do that? I mean, we have this hamburger menu, but it's in the top right-hand corner. Let me see if it appears if I make the screen smaller. Yeah, you see, we have a hamburger menu, but it's over here. So now we're starting to get a little bit confused about like what's the nature of this app and moving from one to another. This is a critical blocker, but the diagnosis is excellent. It's and the thing is that I wanted to show you why my computer was overheating. It hasn't actually happened yet. So my computer has been fine. The temperature has been fine the whole time. It's a little bit warm. I think that the Google Chrome helper renderer, this is related to YouTube. I mean, obviously it's been running for 2 hours, so it's not necessarily due to this video per se. But I think that the increase in percentage of CPU usage is what's going on here when I started the live YouTube video. So I can't actually show you what happened. And I think I deleted the Gemini. Yeah, I deleted it. Once the figured out what was causing the overheating, then I deleted it. So basically what happens is I can't show you even in here. So sometimes what happens with our Cascade window is it'll create a testing browser. You can usually click the button that says IDE, and then it'll open up the browser inside of here. And I don't think I have the browser open in here. Ah, here it is. No, it's not. Is this it? No, it's main. Here it is, index HTML. Looks like it got deleted. You know, the new Cascade is like constantly creating plans. That's like its main feature. It's like, oh, looks like we need another plan. Yeah, so we're not actually. I can't actually show you what's causing the overheating because it didn't start up one of the testing servers. Uh, it'll be in in my trash. No, you cleaned your trash bin. Okay. Anyways, it said Google Chrome tester or something like that, and it had some weird looking. It was like a different icon, and this was different than before. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I was supposed to tell you the answer to why my computer was overheating, but basically, that's the answer. It'll say Google Chrome tester, and then it has a weird looking icon. It's like this, but it's kind of grayish. But we can't get it going because it's working on something different. Anyway, so we got 3 days, and we need to use all of our tokens. And then next week, when after we buy the new subscription, then we need to have kind of like a plan for how to use our 500 tokens over the 30-day period. In addition, we need to start thinking about this. Okay, that's me. We also need to start thinking about the vortex. Here it is. We need to start thinking about creating. We need to write. So we have a few different writing activities that we need to start focusing on. One is the free ebook. I mean, we don't have to write everything, but at least we need to create a Google Gemini. And then we need to start talking to Gemini and tell it that we want to direct people to the free version of the app. And then we need to create some weekly emails. It's going to be based on writing a blog. And then we need to finish writing the ebook. We also need to start creating the email campaign. So there's a whole bunch of different types of writing exercises that we need to start. And so this goes back to basically down here, which is we're going to have the integrating the free app with the homepage, yes, and then use Project Arrowhead to create objectives for each department. So then there's going to be a writing assignments for the growth engine. I mean, I don't think this is that useful of an idea. These are the two things we're working on right now. And I got a French lesson, so I got to go. I don't think anything else is going to happen here. So just let it do what it wants to do. Looks like we're back to work Monday morning. Get to work, everybody. I think it just launched the test. It tried to launch the test. Anyways, I gotta go.